The Minnesota Timberwolves here, who find themselves up at the break, they did a good job attacking here and getting to the corner three.
Yes, he's spraying the ball. He's getting in the paint. Anthony Edwards is making the right play. I love the growth and the maturation. It is happening right before our eyes, and the other guys are playing with confidence.
The Timberwolves find themselves up 11 at the half. Stephen A., you and I walked over to Crypto.com arena together. The Lakers, they got off to a good start there, and then they started... I'm struggling to find my words. They're struggling to find their offense.
Well, I mean, LeBron has basically just said, Luka, I'll watch you do what you do, and then it'll be my turn. That ain't going to work against a Minnesota defense that's this skilled, this size, this gifted. And this is what they've been. They've been all over LeBron James, obviously so. And not just him, everybody but Luka right now. They've got size. They're playing with defensive tenacity. I'm talking about the Timberwolves. And Ant-Man, as UD pointed out, is making all the right decisions thus far in the first half. I like what I'm seeing.
Who did I say is the most important player on the Lakers?
Austin Reeves.
He has 2 points. The Minnesota Timberwolves are making them smell their cologne. Issey Miyake or bar number 9. You pick whichever one. They're going to have to figure it out because them dogs, the hyenas, they're not going anywhere. And Naz Reid coming in off the bench providing that spark off the bench, him and Dante, those bench men that's got to match up some type of way for us the points.
This is how Dante DiVincenzo ended the first half here.
Yakum.
And ran off the stage for good measure.
I remember that look last year.
Rudy Gobert has held his own.
I miss him. I miss him. I miss you, Dante.
Hey, welcome to NBA Countdown, and I don't know how this game can top some of the playoff basketball we've seen today, but this is being billed as the game you must see. It is prime time. The Lakers and the Timberwolves alongside Stephen A. Smith, Kendrick Perkins, Udonis Haslem. I'm Malika Andrews. Perk, you were teammates with LeBron James when the Cavaliers went to the finals in 2018.
Yeah.
7 years later, what are you expecting from LeBron in his 18th postseason here?
Well, first of all, he's still playing at a high level. I didn't start my second career. That's that's number one. Number two, I expect them to see an all-in LeBron James, right? Rob Pelinka, shout out to him. The word belief is in LeBron James right now with J.J. Redick as his coach and getting Luka Doncic in the trade. LeBron James believed that he could actually go to the NBA Finals, right? That's a LeBron James that I'm watching. A LeBron James that's willing to sacrifice and say, you know what, if you want me to play the center position, I'm going to play it because I trust Luka. I trust Austin Reeves. And by the way, LeBron, didn't Isaiah Thomas tell you about shooting with your shirt off and that damn do-rag? Find him, Adam Silver. Find him. Now,
I know a little something about that do-rag and shirt off and all. I know a little something. I also know something about LeBron James, and this is something that he's taken from Dwayne Wade. When you're a star player and you're coming to another person's team or another guy's team and you're out of your comfort zone, it does wonders for you when that person says, hey, I'm going to put the ball in his hands. I'm going to defer to him. I'm going to let him be the first option. I'm going to be the second option. That breathes life into that player when he comes into an uncomfortable situation. So I love that. I've seen that work before, and I see him doing it here.
The Los Angeles Lakers could win an NBA championship. Oklahoma City is young. We favor them. The Boston Celtics are not 100% healthy. When you look at the way Luka and LeBron have been playing together and you imagine the Los Angeles Lakers defense, which has had some good moments this year, where they've been very efficient. If that kind of stuff happens, there's no reason for LeBron James not to believe they can win a championship, which makes this a pressurized series because that means this is a series you're supposed to win, you know it, and you damn well had better not lose to Ant-Man and the Minnesota Timberwolves. That's what I like about this series.
You know what it feels like, Stephen A? It feels like this is the game embodiment of that scene from Starting Five, the series where LeBron says that he would take a back seat if he saw someone who was more fit for the moment than him. Right. Cut to Anthony Edwards driving his limb.
So you're acknowledging that he's taking the back seat. Wouldn't that be Robin? I mean, everybody got him there, but wouldn't that be Robin? No. I mean, wouldn't that be?
No. Actually, it's actually passing the torch.
Right, I agree.
He's been trying to pass the torch for the last 3 to 4 years, but the person he was trying to pass it to actually didn't want to carry it.
But there's also a mental side of that. You say that and breathe life into that other player, but you have full intent on being your best version and doing what you have to do to win the game. You ain't taking no back seat if the game on the line and the ball get in.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that, but I'm just saying, late game situations, having the ball to Luka Doncic, there are worse things that can happen to a team. That's all I'm trying to say. And him knowing that and being deferential is not a crime. So when I said what I said, there was some legitimacy and credence to it because I took his words and his position as Malika Andrews just articulated. Thank you.
Anthony Edwards said, you know what, I would love to cook LeBron one-on-one, and he does not fear anybody in the NBA here, Perk. This is the young superstar that's leading the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Absolutely. And look, he loved pressure. He's been having pressure since his mama was living in the apartments, you know what I'm saying? Like Big X the Plug say, but when it comes down to Anthony Edwards, we're watching a young man that is growing right in front of our eyes. From his three-point shooting, made threes, to his leadership, accountability, making guys around him better, and he lived for these moments. We saw last year, he called Kevin Durant his favorite player, his favorite player in the league. And what did he do to KD last year? He swept him, right? We saw him lead a team into Denver against the defending champs and get that work. So he loves being the underdog. He feels like he's been the underdog his entire life for whatever reason that may be.
And this has to be the evolution of Anthony Edwards. I mean, we're talking about a guy who gets blitz off pick and rolls 15% of the time, most in the league. So he has to figure that out, and we'll go to the film right here. So this is what I love about this, because the next step, the leadership, the evolution of Ant-Man, how they can win this series, he's got to be willing to sacrifice. Once he comes off this dribble handoff right now with Julius Randle, coming off full speed, they're going to put two to the ball. You've seen this before, so you know it was coming. He trusts his teammate, Julius Randle, who could have taken this shot, but he did not. He finds a better shooter of DiVincenzo in the corner that shoots that clip at 40%. This is how the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to stick in this game. Breathing life and confidence into those other players, because he's going to need those others. Even though he's going to go for 30, 35, Julius Randle, DiVincenzo, all these guys, Mikal Walker, those guys are going to have to score.
Contributions have to come from additional sources if you're going to win playoff series, particularly if you're aiming for a championship. And we all concede that. But the playoffs, it's about the stars. It's about knowing you're going to be that dude. You know you're going to be that dude, and you looking at them saying, well, what you going to do about it? You got Luka and LeBron on the other side of basketball wearing purple and gold, the most storied franchise in basketball annals outside of the Boston Celtics. You're on their home turf in Tinseltown. You're an underdog. Everybody's counting you out. And last year when you were in the conference finals, okay, that still pales in comparison from a star-studded perspective compared to what he's about to face tonight. This is what I'm talking about. This is what you love about the NBA right here. You know, we can talk about everybody else, and I get it. All of those components come with it. But Luka, LeBron, and Anthony Edwards on the same court together, please, please. I can't. Why are we here? Oh, can we hurry up so we can go? To the game across the street? I can't wait.
Going to be out
I can't wait.
In Los Angeles, and we hope we get as good of a.
Hello, xin chào các bạn đã quay trở lại với kênh YouTube của mình. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục đi tô màu để gửi tặng đến các bạn những phút giây thư giãn. Chào mừng các bạn. Rất hân hạnh các bạn đã đến với video của mình. Và để làm được video của mình, video tô màu của mình thì mình sẽ chuẩn bị những dụng cụ như sau. Đây là bút sáp màu và đây là điện thoại để mình quay lại quá trình mình tô màu. Đây là những sản phẩm được in sẵn. Đấy. Đây là những con vật này. Đấy. Đây là những con vật. Đây là những đồ vật. Đấy. Vân vân. Bây giờ mời các bạn cùng theo dõi quá trình mình tô màu. Các bạn xem video của mình thấy hay thì hãy ấn like và đăng ký kênh để ủng hộ mình nhé. Mình cảm ơn các bạn rất là nhiều.
Bây giờ mình chi tiết tô màu nha các bạn.
Hãy subscribe cho kênh Ghiền Mì Gõ để không bỏ lỡ những video hấp dẫn.